This is good. This is gonna be fun. So, Joe Biden is being classic Joe Biden and screwing up on everything. So this happened in Toledo, Ohio, but let's continue.
No, we have to come together. That's why I'm running. I'm running as a proud Democrat for the Senate.
I hope you get that Senate seat, Joe Biden. You and Kamala Harris for the Senate. Yeah. Then he continues.
Vote! Vote! Visit iwill.com/Ohio.
Also, the site's called I Will Vote /Ohio, and I disagree with it. Let's just go boot this up, and I will vote. Okay, so it's there. iwillvote.com, right? I'm a resident. Oh wow, and it gives me options. Oh wow, and vote. Oh wow, what? This is so helpful. But why do you disagree with it? Well, the reason why is because I may or may not have traced back to who owns the site by doing some fancy internet stuff by checking who owns the browser username. And it turns out just to be this organization called the Democratic what's it called again? It's run by the Democratic National Committee. In other words, Trump racist. So instead of going to iwillvote.com, go to vote.gov. It's a government site, and it will say click your state or territory. Let's say I'm an Alabamian, and it will say find out how to register. So yeah, I severely recommend that because that's actually run by the government instead of the DNC. But seriously, please visit that site instead of iwillvote.com. So also, more Joe Biden being stupid because that's kind of the theme of this episode. If you've ever watched a Joe Biden rally, and if you have, I'm very much confused, unless you're a political YouTuber or commentary YouTuber. You know he ends on this. What's he end on?
God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank
Okay, so
you, thank you, thank you.
applause.
Thank you. Where am I going?
Where am I going? Standard Joe Biden. You couldn't even know where you're going off stage. Probably the same way you came on stage. But, back in Toledo, we have this.
God bless the auto workers. God protect. Thank you.
God protect, thank you. God protects. You know what? What the hell? Jesus, do you have brain cancer? I'm confused. Okay, silly goofs and gaffes for later, but during that speech in Toledo, he made this claim.
Say we're likely to lose another 200,000 people in the next few months unless we take some serious action.
Like what? Mobilizing hospitals, building hospitals, mobilizing military hospitals, creating a vaccine in less than a year? What?
It's estimated that we just wore these masks.
Those masks don't work. Number one, because if you even adjust them, which Joe Biden would know, because in Phoenix he adjusted it in the in the low 30s, for an entire speech, it gets on your hands, and since the virus I can't talk about is I can't talk about it, is here is it lasts a decently long time. If you even, I don't know, touch something and someone else touches it, oh no, you spread the virus. What a shame. But then he says that we'd save over 100,000 lives by the end of the year. First of all, this is a model, and second of all, wearing a mask Okay. If you have COVID and you wear a mask without doing anything like that, your chances of spreading it is, well, around 5%. If someone who has COVID doesn't wear a mask, well, guess what? The chances of you getting COVID, even if you wear a mask, 97%. But Biden is referring to I don't even know what it is, a scientific thing by the IHME from the University of Washington. They created a model in a worst case scenario. In a worst case scenario, there would be 397,145 .6 by the end of 2020. But let's say there was a universal mask mandate, there would be a 227,086.2 cases. So, yeah. But that's a bit misleading, don't you think? Because our current projections are less than, well, more than that. It would only save 100,000 lives, as Joe Biden claimed, but it would, but it would, but still, it would be 20,000 lives. So you can't really say that. Now, I wonder what would work. Building hospitals, creating a vaccine, things like that. But in the worst case scenario, 81,000 people would have been saved from masks. Well, yes, masks may be helpful, they're definitely not the cure. But then he says experts say we're about to lose 200,000 in the next few months. Well, that's kind of misleading because that says without masks. But the number he has on the conservative side is 257,642.7 with everybody wearing a mask. So it's definitely not the cure all. But let's say, oh, but he wasn't even but he wasn't referencing that. He was referencing the current projection. Well, even that's wrong, because the current projection is 305,018.3 projected cases. So you can't argue that he was doing that. So what was he doing, or did he just have his facts wrong? So, if everybody wore a mask, at best, there would be, let's see, there would be 9,000 lives saved. Actually, no, there'd be more. At worst, there'd only be 9,000 lives saved. At best, there'd be around 5,000 lives saved, but not 200,000. I don't know where he got that number from. Now, the reason why he's doing it, if it's intentional, which, I mean, come on, he has entire orders of magnitudes wrong. I don't know how you can do that. It's attempting to show how bad the Trump campaign is, when in reality, the Trump campaign's actually doing fine. Here, the reason why COVID's doing so bad is let me go think. Who's the politician who just got busted for getting a blowout and then uh while still praising for the lockdown? And then who was that same politician who said, "Come to Chinatown"? But Biden doesn't have to answer to it because most journalists don't actually ask these questions. Hey, where are you getting these figures from? Hey, your figures are completely off. But even according to the IHME, the same source I used, masks would only slow it, not stop it. So if it starts to slow, so what? It's not a cure. People would still be dying. But guess what? Joe Biden has a plan. So guess what it is? Implement mask mandates nationwide. How is he going to do this? Is he going to pass a law making it illegal to not wear a mask, or is he going to abuse this executive order? And even still, counties don't have to enforce it. And what's he going to do? Is he going? And also, how are they going to refute this if they get sued, as they will eventually do? Because I mean, people can argue that's a serious constitutional violation, or it's restrictive in some way. They could just argue that, and well, any judge will say, well, yeah, you can't really force people to go do things unless it's, well, like a legitimate emergency, and it will get immediately overturned. But his website continues. Experts say that if 95% of Americans wear masks between now and December, we can save almost 70,000 lives. Again, what was that statistic again? You've overshot it by 20,000. 20,000. But him and his website disagree. Guess what?
Now,
Guess what? Guess what? We'd save over 100,000 lives if we started wearing masks now. Experts say that if 95% of Americans wear masks between now and December, we can save almost 75,000 lives. Biden, your numbers are off by 30,000. But Joe Biden's plan, he doesn't even have the power to implement it, and if he even did, he'd probably get sued over it, and that would go to court, and it would go all the way up to the Supreme Court if it didn't already start there, and may take years. And by the end of it, the virus situation might already be done with. So, Biden, explain how your plan works, man. But I can't even. Jesus, where the shit? I can't even find where his thing went. Here, his stupid thing is so hard to navigate. See, it says bold ideas, and then you have to go through all these things, and then it says Joe Biden's leadership in crisis of virus. Well, I clicked on it. Oh no, looks like it. But then you scroll down, the Biden plan for combating the blank virus. Okay, whatever. Boring. God damn it. Oh god. Okay, here are his plans. A decisive public health response that ensures wide availability of free testing. The limit. Also, how much would that cost? And also, free. Those swab tests aren't 100% accurate. In fact, they're 50% accurate. A decisive health responsibility that ensures that there's available of free testing, the elimination of all cost barriers to prevent care and treatment for, I can't say the word, the development of a vaccine. I can't remember who's already doing that and who claims that multiple companies are waiting for approval by the FDA and are ready to mass produce. The full deployment of operations of necessary supplies, personnel, and facilities. I don't know, like mobilizing a military hospital? Wonder if it. These plans all sound really familiar. I wonder who it could be from. But let's back up. Let's take it straight from the administration's mouth. So during the vice presidential debate, Harris was asked what the Biden administration would do that the Trump administration wouldn't do. Roll clip.
To impose new lockdowns for businesses and schools and hotspots, a federal mandate to wear masks?
Our plan is about what we need to do around a national strategy for contact tracing, for testing, for administration of the vaccine, and making sure that it will be free for all.
Notice she actually didn't say anything. And, I wonder. I wonder why the Trump campaign, the Trump administration won't administer the vaccine for free. It's almost like it doesn't exist. Like, it doesn't exist. But yet, here I am, sitting here, high in my chair, saying, oh yes, we will administer a vaccine that the Trump campaign made. But, that plan sounds a lot like something I remember. Let's just have Vice President Mike Pence explain.
The reality is, when you look at the Biden plan, it reads an awful lot like what President Trump and I and our task force have been doing every step of the way. And quite frankly, when I look at their plan that talks about advancing testing, creating new PPE, developing a vaccine, it looks a little bit like plagiarism, which is something Joe Biden knows a little bit about.
If you remember, in my reaction to that, I chuckled and said, "You got a Mike Pence," basically. But yeah. Good job to you. Good job. But then Kamala makes an odd thing, which I can easily turn into an infinite loop situation.
Administration approves a vaccine before or after the election. Should Americans take it, and would you take it?
If the public health professionals, if Dr. Fauci, if the doctors tell us that we should take it, I'll be the first in line to take it. Absolutely. But if Donald Trump tells us that we should take it, I'm not taking it.
But what if the
Okay, that's fine. But what happens if both people tell you to take it? Do the doctors overpower Trump or what? So what's gonna happen? So, if both people tell you to take it, are you going to not take it because Trump bad? Or are you going to take it because doctor's good? You have to choose. Either Trump bad or doctor's good. You can't, it's one or the other. But making statements like that is bad because, well, it's politicizing the crisis. And, what do you guys keep screaming about? Oh yeah, politicizing the crisis. But Joe Biden repeatedly keeps saying, if you wear a mask, if you have COVID and wear a mask, you'll be safe. But, well, wouldn't Kamala have to do the same judgment with Joe Biden as Donald Trump? I mean, he's not a doctor. So should she not wear a mask? That's a tricky question. But when the president took a motorcade out of Walter Reed hospitals to surprise his supporters, you could see he was wearing one of those things I like to call a mask. Yet, who screamed about Trump endangering people again? I can't remember. So I found all these fun clips.
It makes me sick to see him in close quarters with the others in that car.
What I am concerned about is that he sits in a hermetically sealed Secret Service van, along with, I think, 8 or 9 Secret Service agents while he's actively infectious.
He is putting the lives of Secret Service agents at risk.
The president's wearing a cloth mask. They're not wearing sealed goggles. So there are plenty of failures in that PPE, and full PPE still doesn't protect you.
I can't remember what they keep saying about Joe Biden. But it's also unlikely for the people in the car to get sick because they're wearing a painter's mask, not the full-blown gas mask one, but the N95 ones, the ones that look like the painter's mask. You know which one I'm talking about, the circular ones, not the cloth ones. Yeah, which basically filters through, unless they have a little bit of stubble, but they're the Secret Service. Come on, you know how the military works. But after he returned from Walter Reed, he went to the White House balcony, took his mask off, and posed for photos. And the media lost it, because of course they did. Let's do this.
President, in that Sunset Boulevard gesture, whipped his mask off in front of the American people on the nightly news last night. So, as a doctor whose job it is, take it off. Please, don't even put it on the screen. Please take it off. Because that's going to kill people. So
how is it going to go kill people? Please explain. But, he is super social distant. He's facing away from a crowd and is with no one. And the media is very far away, and he's also outside. So, I don't see the harm, but meanwhile, Joe Biden does things like this. Oh, he does so much. He takes off his mask, puts his hand up to his mouth, and coughs. Then pulls his mask back up. Please explain to me how this isn't spreading the virus, as he's less socially distant to whoever he's talking to than Trump. So, due to the outbreaks in the White House, the debate commission demanded plexiglass in between, so they put up 2, but they didn't put up any between the moderator, which always kind of bugged me throughout the debate. By the way, you should go watch those videos. I react to the entire debate, because I'm whatever. I've kind of scrapped the first debate idea, but whatever. But there's no plexiglass because we all know moderators are gods and we should not disrespect them. Isn't that right? But fearing for health concerns again, they put the debate online, and Trump refusing to hold the debate online because, well, it's kind of bad online, because people can just be muted. Also, internet said no, and, well, the second debate was canceled because now we only have one debate, which wasn't very good and didn't cover all the topics we wanted. And also, we didn't really get to see much of the character because it was just Trump interrupting Biden, the moderator not doing anything, and it was overwhelmingly not very good. So all we have to really judge is the second, the vice presidential debate, and that didn't answer any questions. So that was stupid. But also, why didn't they just bring in the plexiglass barriers? I mean, they worked last time, so why? And also, Trump stopped being contagious days before the debate. But to wrap things up, according to the media, masks protect people from COVID. Unless you're a Republican, then the entire world will get COVID if you take off your mask. Actually, if you even take a nanostep in anybody's direction, the entire world will get COVID. So, if you're a Republican, never take off your mask, and always make sure never to cough or breathe or anything like that.